Guess what company I landed a job with right out of high school? Miller Lite. No joke. In case you haven't noticed, I've been a spokesman for Miller Lite since shortly after Fast and Loud hit the airwaves. It's the only beer I drink. I keep a refrigerator full of it in the back corner of Gas Monkey Garage at all times. People see my face on Miller Lite billboards and cruising down the road on the side of Miller Lite trucks all over the place. But back then, my first job out of high school was driving a Miller Lite keg truck at night. Bars tended to be smaller in the 1980s, which meant that they didn't have a lot of room to store extra kegs in the back. So I basically drove an emergency keg truck route. When a bar would run out of Miller Lite, they'd call me. My pager would start beeping, and I'd haul my butt over to that bar to get them a new keg. One night, I wound up delivering to a bar in West Fort Worth. It was late at night, and one of the locals who was often there, an older gentleman, started giving me a hard time. "What are you going to do with your life?" he said. "You know you can't drive a keg truck forever." I thought, "You're sitting in a bar, so what the hell's your problem?" But what I said was, "Well, sir, my dad always told me I needed to get a good job with good benefits, so quite frankly, I've been thinking I might go be a police officer." "Well then, why aren't you in the police academy instead of delivering beer?" he asked. "It's not that easy. You've got to be sponsored or hired by the city before they let you enroll," I told him. It was true. I'd already started looking into it. Cops make good money, drive fast cars, carry a firearm, and have just about the most secure retirement funds around. Seemed like a good deal to me. "Well, why didn't you say so?" he said. "I'll sponsor you." I thought this guy was blowing steam, but guess what? He was the mayor of a nearby city, and he kept his barstool promise. 3 weeks later, I was enrolled at the police academy. Talk about a life lesson. I could have blown that guy off or mouthed off to him, but I didn't. I always showed respect to my elders, just like my dad always taught me. And late one night in a random bar, it paid off for me. Big time. I became an officer before I was 20 years old. My dad was really proud. He could hardly believe it. I had already moved out and had my own place, so I kept driving the keg truck as a way to pay my bills the whole time I was in training. And sure enough, though, I became a cop in the city of Alvarado. I didn't stay too long. When the opportunity became available, I jumped over to a slightly higher-paying job as a Tarrant County constable, which is just another form of police officer, covering the whole Fort Worth area. The police work was only part-time, though. I was making enough money to keep up my penchant for buying cool cars and motorcycles on the side, but not much else. I wanted to find full-time employment. I thought the answer would be stepping up to a full-time cop job with a big city, and the force that everybody wanted to work for at that time was in a suburb of Dallas called Coppell. Coppell was the fastest-growing city in the area, and they had 4 or 5 openings that I knew of. So I picked up an application packet and filled it out. It was a huge packet full of background check information and everything you can think of. It took me a while to complete, but when I dropped it off, I noticed another job posting on their bulletin board. It said they were accepting applications for new firemen, too. I'd never considered becoming a fireman before, but the application packet was exactly the same as the one I'd just filled out. So I Xeroxed it.